Welcome, fellow mortals, or maybe some of you may be immortals. It is day 2 of Fanguary, created by the wonderful Priscilla over at Release the Crafting. I will leave links to their channel down below. And today's prompt is in the dark. I told you were going to get voices. Anyway, we are going to make something. We're going to make something that I've never made, and I made a prototype, and I saw it on Pinterest. I'm trying to remember by who now. Hold on. Kreakdo? I don't know. I will try and link it down below. But this is the prototype. It's got no decoration on it, but we are going to try and make one of these. And I thought it would work brilliantly in a journal as a tuck spot or a pocket. And there'll also be writing space on it. Now, I don't know how this is going to work because I was going to use card instead of paper. I think the paper works better. So whether I go back to using paper. I wanted to use the black card, but no, I think we're going to stick with the paper. And do you know why, guys? Because I know how this one works. So let me grab some paper. Okay, so I grabbed some grunge tea stained paper. Now, there's some measurements involved here, and if you're new here, hello, welcome. But I don't like measuring. I hate numbers. Me and numbers are not besties. I don't like using them. Sometimes you just got to. So let me tell you, again, this is not really a tutorial. I'm going to try and walk you through what I did. But to be honest, there's a bit in here that I really struggle with. And therefore, it may still be a struggle in this. So we'll see. So basically, I have made this as 8 inches across and 6 inches high. So that is what this is. So let us cut this down first to the 8 inches across. It would probably be best if you have a scoreboard. I do not have a scoreboard that I like to use because my scoreboard does not have inches on it. So what I am doing to find the middle is I am just moving this in half so I can get a half line. If you've got a scoreboard, just score at 2 inches either side. I don't have one, so this is how I'm doing it. I have said that I'm going to be making space in my, anything I buy this year really has to earn its space in my craft room. And one of the things I will be buying, there's no doubt about it, is a new scoreboard because I really, really need one. And then I'm going to fold these. So these are 2 inches because we want the inside piece to be 4 inches. Let me just double check that that's 2 inches on my map. Yep. We want the inside piece to be 4 inches. And obviously, so what I mean by that is this is 4 inches. These are each 2 inches. So you would score the end of your 8-inch piece of paper at 2 inches. I have to do it this way because of my scoreboard that I have. Sometimes I can get away with using it. It's got centimetres and millimetres on it. But a lot of things are in inches measuring, and there's not an exact score because 1 inch is not an exact amount of centimetres. It's like, I can't remember what the conversion is, but it's, it's an annoying one. I know that for someone who doesn't like numbers. Which way do I want it? I might have it this way. I like that really grungy bit. And then if I don't use it as a pocket, although am I? No, I'm going to use it this way, even though we lose all that back bit. Oh, make your mind up, Bill. Okay. Now, the inside bit is at 3 1/4 inches, which is this bit here. So this bit is 3 1/4 inches, but you need it at, I think it's 7 inches long. So right now, this is 6 inches. But this bit that we're about to cut needs to be 7 inches because you need to have a little flap on it. So I am going to pick some papier. some paper. Oh, I know what one I've got. Okay, I've got this one, which I know is a digital by Release the Crafting. I can't remember which kit of theirs it is. And I am going to use this on my whole piece. I think on my other one I did use Tim Holtz card on my prototype. But it says in the dark, and I just feel like this really works for what I want to make. Yeah. So not only am I throwing a gazillion challenges at myself in January, I'm telling you, I'm going to need a massive, I don't know, week-long sleep in February. Not only am I doing that, but I'm trying to do new things, because that's the thing to do. Right, we're going to cut the end bits first, and we're going to cut these at 1 3/4 inches. I want these lamps. That's what I want. So that's what we need to do. So yeah, 1 3/4 inches. These are going on the outside doors. So these bits, they would go here. Do you see? So 1 3/4 inches, and then let's cut them down. So it's 6. So I'd say 5 3/4 inches would be the best thing to do here, because basically I want a little border left around them. So yeah, 5 3/4 inches. Try not to lose it, Belle, shall we? Try not to do that. Too many numbers, guys. Too many numbers. I tell you, it took me. I saw it on Pinterest, but there's no real voice or anything to it. I'm trying to work out which bit I want on here. I think I want like the gravestone bit. So what did I say? It's got to be 7 inches, and it will have a flap, and it's 3 3/4, 3 1/4 inch. So if I cut here roughly, and then see what that looks like. I might need to cut it over a little bit more, actually. Did I just... No. Wait, stop. What am I doing? Hold on. You need 2 pieces in the middle. So this is going to be our 3 1/4 inches. Oh my goodness, Belle. Told you, me and numbers. 3 3/4 inches. Is it? No, 3 1/4. Oh my goodness. 3 1/4. I will go over all the measurements again for you guys. And it has to be at about... actually, it could go to 6 1/2. 6 1/2. Let's have a look. 6. Yeah, 6 1/2, and it can have a little flip. So 3 1/4 across, 6 1/2 inches down. And then what I need to do is come in, and if this is 3 1/4, this needs to be about 3. Oh my goodness, make life as difficult for myself as I possibly can. Yeah, that's the thing to do. Doing all these challenges and then making life ridiculously difficult for myself. And it is supposedly 6, so just under 6. So again, 5 3/4, I reckon. Yeah, I think that will work. Right, let's just double check on my prototype. I think I've cut it a bit smaller. Did I cut this a bit smaller? Oh my goodness, I have. I've cut it a bit smaller. Do you know what? It doesn't matter. It actually does not matter. Oh, okay. And I'm missing one of my lamps. Where's my lamp? I need to find my lamp. Okay. So, what we now need to do is... there you are. we need to basically measure just a little lip. Just a tiny little lip over the top. Now, as I've done this at 6¼ inches, you're looking at like, I don't know, a teeny piece. Oh my goodness, guys. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't reach right to the bottom. So I'm thinking if that was 4 across, this was more likely. No, it's 3¼ inches. How is this not 3¼ inches then? No, it was 3½. It was 3½ inches, and this was 3¼ inches. Well, we're going to have it a bit smaller, and it is what it is. I'm just going to burnish those down, and I'm going to make sure this is about 6 inches long. Again, not the best tutorial, guys, but this is not meant to be a perfect tutorial. It's really hard when you see something on Pinterest or somewhere and you go, oh, that looks really cool, can't find a tutorial for it. Then you spend ages working it out, and me and numbers, as I said, we're not pals. So I was like, why though? Why are you choosing to do this? But I think the idea is quite fun, hence me choosing to do it. So we've got all this. Now what I need to do is I actually need to, first of all, ink around this. And obviously we're bringing in some black soot. And then I'm going to ink around everything, guys. And then I am going to glue this on here. And then I'm going to use a circular die cut to cut out a circle on it, as you can see here. Now, if you don't have a circular die cut, you can use a punch, because you can fold your paper kind of in half and punch it. I'm going to see if I've got something that I can kind of show you. Yeah, you can kind of fold it like this. Get a circular punch if you've got one. And do like a half circle on there, and then when you punch that out, you will have a full circle if you do not have a circular die cut. I'm going to ink around all this, cut this circle out, and come back. Okay, guys, you can see I've glued this down, inked all around it, and then cut my circle out. And I've also inked all around this. Oh, forgot the bottom bit there. And also glued on these two pieces. I think they work brilliantly. Again, I'm just trying to use up what I have in my stash. So this was a digital I had in my stash. I think I made a journal with it, this kit, because I was a member of the design team, and this was one of our, I think, kits for the design team, but I can't remember which one it was. And now we're going to glue. So we've got our little flaps here, and we're going to glue it down. I think this is quite a fun, interactive, but also quite versatile little piece for a journal. And you want to be gluing it in the middle. You want equal spacings either side. I'm going to eyeball it, but I can see whether it's equal or not. And you do want space either side. Now, this might be a bit bigger in space than this one is, which you can see because I've got the measurements slightly wrong. But that's okay. And actually what you could do then is stamp down these sides if you wanted to. Sure that's not coming out the bottom. So already we've got a fun piece. Now comes the interactive piece and the bit that I struggle with the most. So Struggle Bus is back. And, you know, we're just going to go for it. So we're going to make these bits that are on the inside and is the mechanism. Now, these are roughly, again, measurements, but these are roughly 2 and, let me have a look, the light's in the way, 2 and just over half. So 2 and a, let me get that up. Do you see to there? Just over 2.5 inches, that little line. I don't know what that measurement is. I'm going to do it the easiest way for me, which is I'm literally going to measure using the one I've already made. But for you, like, that is roughly what you need. Yep, that's basically exactly the same. So I am going to cut this, and then I'm going to cut another one. I need this to be straight. Needs to be straight. So that's how I'm going to do it, but it's just over 2.5 if you're making them to my measurements. There's probably a tutorial out there somewhere, guys, that's way better than mine, so I apologise, but again, me and maths are not friends, which is why I'm obviously challenging myself. Why do I do this to myself? Now I'm going to fold it in half, roughly, and this is how I'm going to cut my banner shape. I'm not even thinking too much about it. I'm just kind of going to cut a banner shape, like so. And then whilst I've got them both together, I'm also just going to put a little flap on here. That might even be too big. You just, again, want a dancy little flap on these. This is the bit that drove me nuts when I was trying to work it out. Oh my gosh, I think it's like the thing I saw on Pinterest, I think was like a, I don't know, 20-second long video, no talking, sped up. And I'm like, okay, trying to work it out repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly. I'm going to come in and ink around these too. And yeah, it was not fun. It was not fun, guys, because I was just like, it's too fast. There's no talking. Why am I doing this to myself? Sometimes we just have to really challenge ourselves. Although, why challenge myself when I'm already got so much going on? I don't know. Sucker for punishment. That's me. Okay, so we need to make sure that these are where the circle's going to be. And then this edge needs to be glued. You can see that I've glued the edge. This is the flat bit there. Right up until the base where the little bend is. So we're going to do it, and we're going to take a deep breath. And I'm only going to lightly do it because, believe you and me, I got this so wrong so many times. So if I get it right today, first time, wow, I may sing. That, but it will be amazing if I do. I'm going to turn it. I find this easier. And we need it matched up so it's kind of in line together. I think my other one was more covered, like had more closing. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's more about how it opens. So, okay, I'm going to just put that down. And then what I need to do, right, that's too far up. I can see that. Thank goodness I didn't put too much glue on. Okay. I'm going to press that down and press this one down. Now, guys, this is where I need you to really send me your positive vibes. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Now I can glue it. It does work. So, oh my goodness. This is why you need a gap here, because I found if you try to put the paper right to the bend, these do not have enough room to move, and therefore it all gets stuck and the whole piece doesn't work, and it's a bit of a catastrophe. So you need to have the space around the middle piece. That's what I've noticed. This needs to be right up, but this needs to... Okay. Let's really press that down now that I've put proper glue on it. And does this need a bit extra glue? I need to make sure I'm only gluing the flat bit and not the underneath bit. Okay. Let's try it again. Because do you see how that lifts as you're pushing it in? Do you see that? That's that there. Yeah, here. How it lifts. That is why you need space either side. That is what I have worked out. And then what I like to do, just to give it a final, yes, you're definitely going to work, I like to come in and really burnish that side down. I think I like it to be a bit wider like this one is, on like in the middle, because that still works. You can see, if I lift that, do you see that square there? Here and on this side. But yeah, so I think I like this size better, which we'll go over the thing for that again. But do you see that moving? It makes me smile a lot. Now, what I want to put in there, I was thinking in the dark, what have we got? We've got an eyeball, a Tim Holtzy eyeball. And I want to put that in there. So I'm going to glue that. Because it made me think of, you know, Gothic novels. You're in the dark. What's in the dark? Your eyes are wide because you're like, what's that noise? What's over there? What's that? You know, that kind of thingamajob. Or is that just me? I want that. So that I want the eyeball to really be visible. I need to really press that down. So again, let's close it up. So you can't see the eye, and then watch, guys. I see you. I'm having the most fun. Okay. And another Tim Holtz, no it's not. Another Release the Craft, and it's one of their words. So, nyctophilia, love of darkness or night, finding relaxation or comfort in the darkness. And I feel like this is, I don't know, it kind of went with it. I love adding words, and so I'm going with it. Oh my goodness. It tickles me. It does tickle me. In the dark, dark. You know that old kids poem, in the dark, dark house, there's a dark, dark room, and in the dark, dark room. No. In the dark, dark woods, there's a dark, dark house. In the dark, dark house, there's a dark, dark door. At the dark, dark door, there's a dark, dark hallway. In the dark, dark hallway, there's some dark, dark stairs. It goes on and on and on and on and on. This is why I thought this... I see you. This is why I thought this worked really, really well. And I'm trying to work out, I think I have, where is my... You know what we're going to pull in? I mean, we've just got to pull in some... Sorry, I'm all the way over here. We've got to pull in some cheesecloth for behind the word. Also, what I should have done, oh, how annoying. I should have stitched around this. I can't take it off and stitch around it now, but what I can do is stitch around this. So that's good. And I'm going to stitch around, actually. I'm trying to work out if I can. I should have done it again. I think there's still a way to do it. I want to stitch around these, I think, as well. I think there's a way to do it, so let's do that. But let's get this on here first. I just, yeah, it's really tickling me. So I was thinking about doing like a dark house or a haunted housey thing or something like that because of the poem in the dark, dark house and the dark, dark woods and all that kind of thing. And then when I was looking for inspiration on my Pinterest saves, I saw this and I thought, oh no, that'll work brilliantly actually. That's what I want to do. And then what am I going to do with it? And because there's kind of graves, you can't really see them, but there is graves on here. It gives me like we're in a graveyard kind of vibe. I am going to go and stitch around this and around these, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I stitched around this. It needs some tearing. Like it's too, whoops. It's too perfect. I stitched around that, and I did stitch around these. I had to go so slowly, guys, because I basically had to move this as I was going around, so that, because obviously if I just stitched straight across there, like, yeah, it would have all not worked, but I did it. I did it, and that's what matters. Yes, lovely. Scrumptious, lovely. Yum. Anyway, Got to love it. I'm probably going to put bats on here. I love bats. It's even in my logo, guys. All right. For those of you that didn't look at my logo too closely, it's a bat flying out of a journal. Tells you all you need to know about things. I think. It really does. Oh, gotta have a bat. I'm trying to make sure that I don't get... Left my little scissors over by my sewing machine. Hold on. There we go. Needed to cut a little bit off because I don't want it getting in the way of the mechanism as the mechanism moves. Love it, love it. Kind of reminds me of the shrouds. You can't really see the gravestones, but they are there. Love it. Oh, and love that some's coming out the bottom of there. Love that too. Now, this is the interesting bit because you could have put a pocket on here. Brilliant. Could have put a tuck spot. I could have made this into a pocket. I didn't. This is for writing space, but you could put pockets and tucks. I am wondering if I made this out of this paper, it would have worked even better because the circle would have looked more like part of the display. But, you know, so there's that to think about. But I'm just going to hold that close a minute. I want to put a pocket on the front, and I was thinking I have some of these like weird angels that if you're walking in a graveyard last thing at night, that one goes really well, doesn't it? I feel like an angel. I've backed this. It must have meant to be a card at some point. That the angels are kind of there. You know, now that is, what did I say it is? It's about 2, so it's about 1 1/4. So I need to think about that if I'm going to make a pocket. Because it was 2 inches. So let's, do you know the best way to make it? The best thing to do is come on and just measure it, isn't it? Where's my pencil? Let's use my bat pencil. It seems only right to use the bat pencil, doesn't it? And we're going to add a little pocket here because, yeah, I want a little pocket. And that'll go so well on here. In the dark, in the dark. In the dark, dark, dark. I may put it on as a tuck spot though to give us more room because I don't know. I have, where is it? I have a little coffin. Actually, that'll fit in as a pocket. So that's all good. I was going to use this eye as well, but I felt like the Tim Holtz one worked better for me. But if you haven't got Tim Holtz, you know, you can put anything in there, guys. It doesn't have to be an eyeball. I was originally thinking of a moon. I thought that would have looked really good, opening up and you see the moon. And then, like, I could have put, I don't know, things are coming out of the moon kind of thing. That's what I was thinking. We got a little coffin. I thought I had one of them in red as well, but I mean, this is actually bigger than the coffin below it, but that doesn't bother me if I'm honest. So let's do that. I may add some gold on there. So yes, I know this was a bit all over the place and I made some wrong measurements, but guys, it's measurements. I think we should all just be happy that I can make anything with measurements at all. Just be happy about that. And I love interactive things in my journals. I really, really do. It's why I put a lot of secret pockets and things in my journals. Let's get my antique gold and just go over that. Because I just love that kind of interactiveness in a journal that you don't always know where things are, or if things are a pocket or not. Like that a lot. So we have a little coffin tag in there. And then we do have over here, now I did have like some skulls embossed, but I don't think I want another pocket when we've already got one there. I don't think I want that. I do have like a little spider's web, and it's embossed already. Actually, it's cut out of like the card was already like that, is what I'm trying to say. We could have a little spider's web. Let's do that. I'm wondering about how I'm going to actually close this, because that I didn't think about. I mean, I'm sure there's all sorts of ways to close it, but I haven't thought. Could have used magnets if I'd really thought about it. We all know how I love a magnet on something. Oh no, what's happening? Why's my glue gone all over the place? And this is shiny, so it might leave like residue on the other side. That's okay, I'm all right with that. Where is? Because this will dry clear anyway, so it doesn't bother me too much. I may get a little cloth though, just to dab some of that off. Okay, so that is clearer. I also have a sparkly spider that could be hanging down from the web. I think it would have been really good if it was hanging down and could dangle, but that's not going to happen. I do have some of this paper too. I love this paper. This is my flocked paper, and there really isn't a lot of it left. So every piece is, what's the word I'm looking for? Every piece is precious. That's the word I'm looking for. And yeah, I don't know, I just love it. And it really adds to that gothic vibe for me. So I am going to bring it in. I'm going to ink it up. Bring in some of that black soot on it. You guys might be like, well, I don't know if I like that, Belle, but do you know what? I do. So we're doing it. Do head over and check out Priscilla's video announcement, because there's plenty of time to take part, and she's got all the information there if you are interested. And yeah, check that out and use the hashtag RTC Fanguary to see what everyone else is doing. Can't wait to see what other people are coming up with, because I'm sure everyone's coming up with amazing things that I'll go, oh my goodness, why didn't I think of that? And I'm just going to use my Posca paint pen because I want the spider to be dangling from the web. So yeah, that's going to be there. That's not stuck down. If it doesn't stick down, I'm going to trim it. It's fine. I am wondering about putting another word there, but I don't know. Let's grab my Tim Holtz words and see what I have. Okay, what I picked was "Things are not what they seem where darkness falls" from the Tim Holtz, because I feel like that is so true when we are in, you know, when it's nighttime and there's weird noises and we're like, what was that? Oh my goodness, what was that? What was that? And where are my scissors? Here they are. Things are not what they seem when darkness falls. Let's do this this one first because this needs to go on. But it's so true, don't you think? Normal everyday things where you're like, I know what that was, or I know what that noise was. I'm wondering if I want to put it on some black card. And obviously we know what that was and everything else. But as soon as it's night time, that normal creak that you feel around the house. Do I want that without the black or with the black? Feel like it needs black. Let me grab some black. Okay, so I've matted and layered these on some just plain black card. I'm just going to rip the edges. But yeah, we're sort of sitting in our houses and we're like, yeah, that's obviously during the day, you know that's the, I don't know, the electric, or you know that's one of your pipes that likes to play up and things. But at night, suddenly, everything becomes very, very different. So that's what I'm thinking when I'm thinking of this. And it had to have the word dark in because the prompt is in the dark. So it had to have that in it. And it couldn't not have that in it. Things are not what they seem. And then we have this one. Now, do I want it over here or over here? Things are not what they seem when darkness falls, or do I want it here? I think I like it there. Okay, let's rip a bit more of this. It's really hard to rip. It's so tiny. Yeah. When darkness falls. Obviously, we need some bats somewhere. They need to be on. It's just what... it's just what the thing is. Okay, where's the lid to that? All right. So I'm loving that. And now, where are my bats? Got my die-cut bats. Doodle-doo. We could bring in some red, couldn't we? Look at the blood red. That'd be fun. Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe not for this one. But, because, again, we want the darkness. So, I mean, we could always put a bat on there. Oh, a little. Oh, do we have a sparkly one? A little red bat on here. That might be actually quite nice. Let's do that. It's giving me, you know, the coughing of a vampire. It's giving me Carmela vibes. Yes, please. That's just popping out of the pocket. Make sure that glue dries all around it. Right, okay, so that's there. And now let's look on the inside. Oh, I love it. Every time I open it, it just brings me joy. That's all I'm going to say. Now, do we just want the black bats in here? I feel like we do. Right, we can't stick it on the paper because obviously it needs to move. So we need to make sure that wherever we're sticking, we're not sticking it on these little bits here, which, you know, can be a little difficult to make sure that I'm not doing that. Just want some bats. Gotta have some bats. It's just right. It just feels right to have some bats. Yes, we're probably going to have them on every make. Well, maybe not every make actually, but on most of them. That's what we're gonna have. That one's a bit shiny. I don't want it shiny because I want it similar to the other ones. Do I have another one like that? Yes, that's not shiny. Yep. And this one here. And then, guys, I think we'll be done. I could stencil. Let me see if I've got a stencil nearby that would work. Let's get rid of, let's put my bats back away with the die cuts. think there's a spider in with them. They're supposed to be in a different section of this ephemera holder. There's so many bats now on there. I'm trying to work out which ones are stuck and which ones aren't. Right, so let's grab a stencil. Okay, I think I'm going to use the Gothic text one. That's the other side of those. Okay, I need to find those. But this is the Gothic text one, unless I want the kind of this. Or maybe I want this one instead. And this is THMS 147. I like this one because it has the kind of Gothic architecture that I think we find a lot in graveyards and things, and obviously cathedrals and all that kind of good stuff. So I'm going to bring in some of that like so on this beautiful grungy bit. And I'm also wondering actually about bringing it in on this over here, and then I'm wondering about bringing it in on here. Like, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it lightly, but we can pull these out and kind of do it across these, like so. Let's put it underneath again. And now let's have a look. Oh yeah, I like that. I like that. But I also feel like now it needs to be down this side too, because we haven't got any down the side. So let's do that as well. Okay, guys, I think we're done. I think we're done. I mean, I need to still work out how to close it. I was debating putting like a metal, I don't have a key lock, but something like that on one side, because it would hold it down with the weight. But I'm not liking that right now. So here we go. Here's our piece for Fanguary. Day 2 in the dark. We've got a graveyard theme going on, spiders and little coffin. You can write on the back of there. I could add some fabric to that if I wanted to. You can make all sorts of pockets. You could even make these tuck spots, or they could be like magnetic and they can fold out. There's so much you can do. And then we open it up. I see. We've got all the writing down. I love it. We've got all the writing down the side. That could have been a tuck spot. You can add tuck spots everywhere. You can just go tuck spot crazy. But in a journal, you could put it on a journal page and have it as a tuck spot on the side. Have it as like a tag top. Like, it will work in a journal page. Let's go over the size measurements again, just one last time. So the whole thing is 8 inches this way, 6 inches this way. This part is 4 inches. These are each 2 inches. This is supposed to be cut at 3.5 inches, this bottom one. And then this would be 3 1/4, the top one. Use the circle punch. And these are each 1 3/4 by 5 3/4, and then these are just over 2.5 by 2 1/4 roughly. That's what works with my size. You might make a bigger size, because yeah, you can make a bigger size. And then yeah, this is the same. I need to decorate that one. Isn't it cool? So I hope you enjoyed this one. I know it was a bit chaotic in the sense that things didn't go quite right and we were dealing with measurements, but I really do love it. I will come up with a closure for it. Sometimes I just need to think about things and I'm having to film ahead. So sometimes you'll come back and realise I've done a closure, and that's okay. yeah, so we've done the vampire and now we've done in the dark. Love it, guys. Texture and sparkle. And I see you. Ooh. Anyway, you enjoyed this make. Thanks for watching, guys. Please do like, share, subscribe and comment. I appreciate every single one of you that do. And go and check out the links to Release the Crafting down below. And I'll be back again soon with another video. Until next time, guys. Beware of who's watching in the dark. And I hope you're having lots and lots of creepy, crafty fun. Bye for now.